Once a gas station, now a restaurant, this has got to be one of the best repurposing jobs I've ever seen. Welcome back to Passport Acadiana. My name's Chloe. This is my first video on the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you so much to the rest of the team for the warm welcome. Today we're going to be trying out Spoonbill Watering Hole and Restaurant. I am very excited to get into this because I am starving, so I'm going to have a lot of fun with this review. Shout out to Riley at Spoonbill for the excellent service today. Let's go ahead and get started. Established in 2018, Spoonbill is loved by locals, not only for its prime location downtown, but also for its really hip exterior. It used to be an old Conoco gas station, and now it's sort of got like a really cool Vegas vibe, almost meets a little bit industrial. We've got a few different things to try out here. We are going to be starting with the salmon rice bowl with a miso butter sauce, and I love miso, so I'm looking forward to that. We got the same rice bowl with tofu, so we're going to see how that compares to the salmon. We have a crab roll here, which I don't think I've ever tried before, so this is going to be a first for me. We also have a beet salad with grilled shrimp. I don't really eat a lot of beet, so I'm looking forward to trying something that might open my eyes to something I wouldn't normally eat. And then for dessert, we have a miso apple cobbler, which is pretty outside of the box, so looking forward to trying that one. And they gave us some ice cream to go with it. I feel like apple cobbler always needs ice cream, so I think that was a really good addition. So starting with the salmon rice bowl, and I haven't looked at any of these. I accidentally glanced at the beet salad, but most of this is going to be a surprise for me. Oh, wow. That looks amazing. So we have our salmon. I can tell that skin is going to be extra crispy, which I'm looking forward to. I love skin on crispy salmon. We also have that miso butter sauce on, it looks like almost like a kale and broccoli, maybe some broccolini with the microgreens. Love microgreens. I like the peppery taste that they add to everything. I think we've got the coconut rice under the salmon, and I actually see shreds of coconut, which I've never seen that in coconut rice, so that's pretty unique. All right, let's go ahead and try it. I think I just pour the butter sauce over the salmon. These utensils are so fancy. I've never seen, oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. Okay. I'm gonna really get a lot on there. I love butter and I love miso, so can't go wrong. Alrighty. I'm gonna start with the greens. That's delicious. It's really well seasoned. The greens aren't overdone, which is something that I don't love. They're just perfectly cooked. The microgreens add a little bit of a peppery kick to it, and it kind of just makes it look a little bit cuter. Let's try the coconut rice. It's just a subtle hint of coconut flavor. It's not super overwhelming. So if you're not a huge fan of coconut, I think that you would probably still like this. And let's try that salmon. Let me get a little bit more of that miso butter. The salmon is really fresh, really flaky. The skin is just as crispy as I'd hoped. The miso butter has really, really good flavor. Perfectly seasoned, not overly salty. That's amazing. I kind of want to finish it right here. Let's move on to the tofu bowl. Next up, we're going to try the same rice bowl, but with tofu this time. If we have any vegetarians watching. Ooh. Okay, that's not what I expected. So it's got, looks like the little, maybe some sort of starch coating on the tofu. It's got that light breading that I really like in a lot of different Asian cuisines. Let's try that with the miso butter as well. And it's got the same side greens and the same coconut rice. So if you don't eat meat at all, then this would be a really good option for you. Greens are the same, delicious. Okay. Now for the tofu. I'm just gonna dip it in the butter, I think. So the tofu is a completely different experience. Because of the breading on the tofu, it's really able to soak up the miso flavor and the butter flavor in the sauce. This, I actually think, surprisingly, I might prefer this to the salmon. It's delicious. Next, we're gonna try the beet salad with grilled shrimp. This is one that I was looking forward to because I don't really eat a lot of beet, but I'm open to trying different things, and this looks so pretty. We have a lot of different colors going on here. I see a lot of different textures. It looks like, I think that looks like a pumpkin seed, almost like crumble. It looks like maybe carrot. We've got the beets. It looks like some arugula in there with the grilled shrimp, and it looks very well seasoned. That's really tasty. That tastes so fresh. It's kind of somewhere in between something that's cooked and something that's more of like a fresher, crunchier salad. I like the combination of the textures. I think it gives it a little bit more appeal and it makes it more complex, in my opinion. It's got a little bit of a kick to it. There's something spicy in there that I'm not able to detect, but I think it's perfect. I think it's totally necessary for something that's got the sweetness from the beet and the carrot. I think that spiciness makes it a little bit more savory, which I appreciate. Let's try the shrimp. Not overdone, not underdone. It's got a really good bite to it, and it complements the rest of the salad really well. This is definitely something I could see myself eating, even as somebody who's not really interested in beets. That's delicious. Moving on. Next up, we're gonna try the crab roll. Ooh, that looks really good. I don't think I've ever had a crab roll before. I think I've had a lobster roll, but I love crab, so can't go wrong. They do give a lemon wedge first serving, so I'm gonna go ahead and just squeeze a little bit on top. Ooh, it's a juicy lemon. Let's try the fries first. These fries look delicious. This looks like the kind of fry that I like. The fries are really good. It's somewhere in between a shoestring and a steakhouse fry, which is like my perfect medium. Now for the crab roll, I can see they've got some fresh dill on top. I love fresh herbs, so anytime that is in a dish, especially something that's sort of casual, like a sandwich or a roll, something of that nature, I think it just steps it up a little bit and it makes it a little bit more appealing to me. So let's take a bite. Delicious crab flavor. Crab is not foolproof. I feel that it's very easy to get too fishy, or if it's not absolutely perfectly fresh, you can usually tell. This is fresh. This is delicious. Really good crab flavor without that overly fishy seafood taste. I would definitely go back for this. I think the lemon added a little bit of a deeper complexity to the flavor. So I think that's a good move. And there is a little bit of seasoning on top. It looks like maybe some Old Bay on top here. That gives that a little bit of a kick as well. I can tell they know what they are doing with their seasonings at Spoonbill for sure. Lastly, I have the miso apple cobbler. This might be the thing that I am the most excited about trying just because it sounds so unique. I've heard of miso being used in sweet dishes before, but I don't think I've ever actually tasted it. So this is gonna be a first for me. Oh, that's beautiful. So the presentation is really nice. It's got a crumble on top, and it's nice to see a crumble with a little bit of color in it. It looks like we've got pecans in here. Looks like we almost have some sort of cornflake in there, so I think that's really interesting as well. For the ice cream, I think we started melting a little bit here, but I can definitely see the vanilla beans in there, so I already know that this is going to be a great topping. I'm just going to go ahead and pour that over top. We'll call it a fancy vanilla sauce. Alrighty. It looks like the apples are in big chunks, which I like. I don't like when the apples are cut too small in a cobbler because I like a little bit of bite to it. That's really good. I don't know if I taste the miso on the first bite. Let me take another bite. Dig a little deeper in there. So, I'm getting a little hint of umami, which I'm assuming is from the miso. It's not super, super detectable, which I think is great in this case. You don't want your dessert to be overly savory. I think that it adds a perfect little bit of that umami flavor into the dessert so that it's not, if you've ever had a dessert that's way too sickly, sugary, sweet, it's hard to get past 1 or 2 bites. I could see myself absolutely crushing this entire container in maybe 2 minutes. The crispy topping is just crunchy enough. The apples aren't overdone, which, as I said, I prefer an apple to have a little bit of a bite in any apple pie or apple cobbler. And they must make the ice cream in-house because it's just got that homemade, very gourmet flavor to it that just doesn't taste store-bought. There you have it. Spoonbill watering hole in restaurant with a menu that is just as unique and outside of the box as its very hip, very interesting decor and exterior. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here for my very first video on the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know if there's any restaurants in Lafayette that you want us to try next.